My name is Alizarin Goldflake. That's in Second Life. In real life, my name is Martha Jane Bradford. This is my Second Life art studio, and this will be a tour of the studio and the artwork that's in it. Very briefly, the artwork is made out of objects called prims, which are simple geometric shapes, textures, which I draw with Corel Painter and a Wacom tablet, and scripts, which can animate the objects and textures. The objects can be linked to each other into complicated builds, like the building that you see in front of you. So now we're approaching the pool area of Atelier Alizarin. In the center, rotating around the fountain, you can see a diaphanous white kind of cloud. It's now sort of popping into being stars. This is a build called Whispering, and it's made out of sculpties, which are textures that you can put on prims on the objects that change the shape of the object rather than putting an image on. On the right and left side of the entrance to the first floor, you see a couple of my real-life digital drawings. And now we're zooming over to this little black figure in the corner. That's my avatar. I've actually parked her there using an animation that's embedded in the chaiselong that makes her look as though she's, relaxing and thinking or whatever. And we will leave her there and go on a tour without her. Now we're zooming in on a build called Come Go With Me. It's built inside of a cylinder, and it's textured with pieces of a drawing from real life. That oval that you see in the middle is a pose ball, which has a meditation sit in it. So if you right-click on the build, you can sit inside of it and watch the textures. The textures, most of them are animated. So, for example, the trees revolve around the inside of the cylinder, and the water very gently flows from right to left. And now we're zooming down through the water and going to take a look at the base. The base is actually about 4 or 5 different transparent textures on top of each other. They're all animated so that they revolve slowly, and they're all at slightly different speeds, so you're never quite looking at the same thing. You can see the revolving a little better when we look up at the bottom of the texture in the middle, and you can see it's floating very slowly from right to left. Now we are going to turn around and zoom out and go to the second floor of Atelier Alizarin. And here we will see digital drawings imported from real life and displayed in Second Life. This drawing, Paragate, from real life, was the source of the trees that you saw in the green cylinder down below. Now we're in the particularium. This is where I play with particles and sculpties. Particles are temporary and phantom images that are generated by scripts, which are basically little pieces of software in the Second Life language that allow you to animate things or create particles. And sculpties, as I explained before, are the textures that change the shape of the object. This is called Dragonfly. Now we're teleporting to the Sky Studio. One of the neat things about Second Life is that you can get around by teleporting, so it's like Star Trek. And you can build buildings in the sky. And you can fly, and you're immortal. This is Nightlight. The seaweed is flexible, so it moves with the SL wind, second life wind. The bubbles are particles. The water texture up there rotates just like the one in Come Go With Me. There's a fish on a flexible prim that is linked to the SL wind so that the fish waves and also moves around the build as if it were animated. And here we are coming to one of my favorite sculpties. It's a star. It's two rotating sculpties and a texture that is also rotating. The scripts made the textures move in just the right way. This is called Sunrise Sunset, and it is based on, again, a real-life digital drawing, actually a digital monoprint. This is Sky Studio Night. These globes are older immersive art. And I didn't explain, it's called immersive art because you're actually meant to look at it from inside. You're meant to go into it either with your avatar or with your camera. We are going to zoom down and look at the maze. This was also made with the trees from the drawing Paragate. However, instead of being black, they're a negative, so they're white. And it's actually a navigable maze. The white spirit texture that you see floating, that's a particle, and the petunias here are also particles. The white spirit is a photograph of my Second Life avatar wearing a different hairdo. And the music is a remix of an Indian raga. Now we're zeroing in on Metempsyche's garden. A metempsychosis is a rebirth in a different form, and this is kind of a meditation on evolution. It starts with a fish in the ocean, the way evolution began, and the fish becomes a mermaid, the mermaid becomes human, the human sprouts wings and is an angel or fairy, and the final stage of the evolution is the lunamoth, and the kind of the loose point of it is that eventually insects inherit the earth, according to some scientists. And now we're zooming down toward my newest work, Musical Kinetics. They are a collaboration with Flivelwitz Alsop, a musician, and between him and myself. They are inspired by the art of Asia, the art and music of Asia. That chrysanthemum is Japan, the red one is Tibet, the blue one at the end is India. And turning around to the left, we see China, and then finally Mongolia. I think Flivelwitz has just done the most amazing things with the tiny little 10-second sound clips that SL allows. It's gotten very complex music out of it. And that concludes the tour of Atelier Alizarin.